Okay, so let's get started. Hello everyone. Thank you and welcome to the show Afternoon with Dimas Subarkah. The show is about ordinary people which have a pertinent story to tell, a pertinent story to share, and to inspire. With me, Dimas Subarkah, your host for the next 15 minutes, and please join me as we go on this journey. So we know that nowadays art is becoming something most taught by people. When young generation right now it's start to interest to take artwork, to take artists, become their job or their occupation. And talking about artists, today we're gonna have a special guest, a really talented and unique artist from Indonesia, which her artwork uh, has shown up in a famous gallery around the world. So please welcome Novi Widy Astuti. Hello Novi, how are you today? Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Hi Dimas, thank you for seeing my condition. I'm totally good and it's an honor for me to be inviting to this show. So thank you for inviting me. I'm so glad.
Okay, well Novi, now you're a famous artist, and I also heard that one of your artwork is just pop up in one of the gallery in the Jakarta, which is really amazing. But first of all, people might be curious about what kind of artwork you do. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. Actually, I do both traditional and digital art. In traditional art, I love drawing with several genres like realism, surrealism, and neo-expressionism. Meanwhile, in digital art, I always drawing with manga style, but if I have to choose only one, the genre I like the most is realism because it can give me more pleasure when I do detailing. It's so challenging for me, especially when I have to do detail on narrow shapes. That's more difficult and require high focus.
Okay, so to be honest with you, I also have ever done artwork before, even though it's just only for fun. But I know a little bit about art, like just you say it about style like surrealism, because they remind me with my favorite artist on that style, probably Dwi Antono, because he has influenced me a lot when making artwork. And talking about influence, I believe that most of artists must be have something to influence their artwork. So, what about you? Do you have something kind of like that?
Of course, I have. There is someone who gave me big influences in the art field. That is my art teacher when I was in junior high school. He is the first person that made me realize my talent and my potential to be an artist. I also got motivation from him because he did many things for me, like taught me everything about art, then sent me up into the fine art competition, invited me to attend art exhibition, and I was amazed by his beautiful artwork as well. He is such a kind and talented artist who always motivated me to be a good artist. And because of him, I love art this much, and yeah, I became who I'm now.
Okay, that sounds really interesting because uh, so far I always heard that an artist is always influenced by their famous artists, which is they don't even know each other, but you get influenced by people around you who close to you, which means that you get socialized with that person in every day, which is I'm sure that uh, that will help you a lot in developing your art skill. It's really interesting. So, next one we're gonna move to another question about the kind of medium. So we have already know about what kind of art you do. So what about a certain medium, or you can do it in a various medium?
To be honest, I can draw only using one medium. Most of my artwork is painted by using mixed media. But if you ask me about my favorite media, I prefer using dry media rather than wet media such as various kind of paint. And my favorite media is this one. This is a charcoal pencil. As you can see, I have a series of its thickness from 6H until 8. And I love this so much because it's really easy to apply and blend. But it also has weaknesses. The result of this kind of pencil is only black and white. Wait, let me show you the result.
Okay,
Yeah,
go on.
and the result is like this. It's only black and white. And since its tip is very small, I always need more time to finish my artwork. Uh, So to create a full color artwork with a short amount of time, I prefer using oil pastel on the paper because it's really pigmented, smooth, and easy to blend with other color. And most importantly, because the tip is quite wide, oil pastel can make the work time more shorter. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, Novi, thank you so much for showing one of your artwork for me. It's really amazing. And Novi, so when creating, we we for sure need inspiration. So when it comes to inspiration, where do you usually find your inspiration to create your artwork?
Anywhere. But I always find the reference at Pixiv, that is social media for the artists. There are many artists, especially digital artists, with different art style posting their artworks. And talk about reference. Using reference to create your own artwork doesn't mean you stole others' artwork. As long as you use that as inspiration and then you modification with your concept and your art style.
Okay, yeah, that's really true because you say that inspiration could come from everywhere, and I really agree with your statement about uh, using references is really fine. It's definitely fine because it doesn't mean that you stole or copying other artists' work. But because I also believe that even the greatest artists, they were using references at the beginning of their artist career. And yeah, so we move to the next question about the time. So, talking about time when creating, do you have any certain time, or maybe you could do it in any time or every time you want?
Uh, I can draw anytime. Yeah, as human being, I also need to do other activities in my daily life as well. So if I draw for my pleasure, I usually draw when I have leisure time and not too busy. Even though sometimes there are someone who give me commission and ask me to draw, I will be professional and finish the artwork before the deadline. And by the way, I have suggestion for you about the appropriate time to draw. And if you are a beginner, I suggest you to draw during the day rather than at night, especially when you have to do coloring. Because as you know, at night the lighting is limited, and sometimes if you do coloring at night and then you see the result again at the day, you will feel the result is not neat, especially when you use oil pastel or wet media like watercolor or other various kind.
Okay, that's very true. It reminds me with my favorite artist that one have ever said that being artist is not all about drawing and creating, but it's also living your life, which means that there's not necessary for artists to be always creating, always drawing in every time, but you have also to do another thing like normal people do. But still, if we have a job as an artist, we have to be professional and responsible to finish the job, the work on time. And also, thank you so much for the advice that you give about coloring. So, next question about when people say that art is serious, really difficult things to learn, even they say that you need your entire life to learn art, but the question is how you develop your art skill.
Yeah, you're right. Art is kind of difficult to practice. We require talent, time to improve our art skills, and hard work to learn it. I also sacrifice my thing for developing my art skill. I spend money to buy art supplies, and it is not cheap. And then I sacrifice my time to exercise so that I can improve from time to time. And of course, I learn many art skills, art anatomy, composition, proportion, detailing, and making professional shape. And then I learn about color theory, coloring, lighting, so that I can create a worthy artwork.
Yeah, that's a really turn off. Being artist is not easy as it looks, but if you want to be an artist, then you have to give 100% of you. So I often see that most of people won't become to be an artist. So artwork or from an artist, and they fall in love with the artwork, and they start to creating an artwork like that until they realize that the creating the artwork is really hard, and then they start to frustrating and they suddenly quit. Like that's really funny because yeah, being an artist need time and take a lot of time. So you cannot be an artist only in 1 week. So next question is, uh, talking about being artist, young generation right now uh, start to want to be an artist and find their success in it in there. And the question is, success mean you as an artist?
Okay, for me, success artists are those who can love their artwork and their profession as an artist, can respect other artists, and can make people feel happy whenever they see your artwork. And being a success artist doesn't mean you have to make money through the profession as an artist, but how much you can love art and give contribution to its field by continuing to create your best artwork. And okay, if you can earn money, that is amazing. But for me, that's only a bonus.
Okay, you're right that success could mean difference for each people. So it means that that most important that when you do what you do, you give 100%. You do it fine heart, and as you enjoy what you do. So I believe that success will come to you whenever it needs to you. Okay, Nopi. So one last question: how this art is really important in your life?
Yeah, art is important, not only for me, but also for us. Art is important in our life because if we see the world from the art perspective, you can see that everything is made with art. Your home is made with art, named architecture. The code you use right now is made with art. Even food shell is made with art for good marketing. Imagine if we live in the world where art doesn't exist, our life will be not beautiful and everything looks so boring. That's all.
Okay, Nopi, thank you so much. Now, everyone, we have reached the end of the show. Thank you so much for Nopi with the Astuti for coming to our show. And we hope that your story will inspire other people, young generation, to be creative. And hope that there will be another Nopi with the Astuti in the future. So, thank you so much. My name is Dimas Barka, and this is Afternoon with Dimas. Okay, thank you.